And welcome back, everybody. Cameron High School. We go to the second quarter, boys' fifth place game. It's LeBlond 17, Cameron 12. And for the first time anywhere with the play-by-play, Jack Evans.
All right, Trent Naylor brings it down the timeline, right-hand dribble, guarded by number 20, as Glowing is guarding off ball on Trent Naylor. Sean Gray at the top of the key, waiting for Justice Frankie, comes up on the right elbow, kicks it over to Zeke Zekel on one step on the left-hand side. Trent Naylor on the right wing puts it in to Sean Gray for 2 points in the paint for a wide-open lay-in from Sean Gray.
Sean Gray, good work to get to that right post, find a little open spot, make himself a good target for his guard out there. Nice play by the Dragons to get a quick 2 points.
And Obermeyer has the ball up top with 2 early threes as well as 8 points to start out in the first quarter. Obermeyer shoots up the 3, misses it just off mark on the right side of the rim as Trent Naylor pulls down the board. Passes it up to Justice Frankie, fires it right back for Trent Naylor. Andrew Pat on the right-hand side, over to Justice Frankie on the left side. Gives a little head fake, passes it over to Zeke Zekel. He gives a right-hand dribble. Back to Sean Gray, he's waiting for the ball. Drives in the paint and shoots up the hook shot, but it's off the mark as number 33, Jacob Mollin, grabs the board. Over to Obermeyer on the fast break, but just not quite enough power on the layup as Andrew Pratt brings the ball down and over to Trent Naylor at the top of the key. Gives a little spin move over to Justice Frankie on the right-hand side. They're trying to run their offense here early in the second quarter. Zeke Zekel penetrates there and draws the foul as the foul's on number 20, Lowing, the junior. He played JV a couple years ago, and he was doing great when my brother was playing. Zeke Zekel at the line, shooting 2 as it's 14-17 as LeBlond still has the lead.
A good move by Zekel in there. Got to that block, drew 2 defenders to him, and he was wise. Didn't really lower the shoulder, but kind of leaned in to draw that contact. That's good, smart basketball right there. You're going to get a lot of fouls that way and get yourself to the free throw front line for a lot of easy shots from 15.
Zeke Zekel misses the first shot as they're lining up for the second one. And here we go as we have Justice Frankie and Andrew Pratt getting ready to get the board, trying to close the gap from 3 points. And he also misses the second shot as Obermeyer gets the rebound, brings it down the left side at the top of the key, just across the timeline over to court practice on the right side. Connor Haynes trying to get a pass in, but backs down as the big guy. Gets rejected by Zeke Zekel. Goes back up with it, and he scores 2 after the putback lay-in from Connor Haynes.
Good help defense by Zekel there to get over and get that first block shot. Unfortunately, went right back to Connor Haynes for an easy bucket.
As Trent Naylor brings it to the top of the key, passes it over to Justice Frankie on the right elbow. Sean Gray on the left side, kicks it back to Justice. Justice drives in for the layup as he flies high for the nice layup to make it 16-19. LeBlond still has the lead.
That's a good-looking move by Frankie there, and he almost got a steal there as they came back to the offensive end for LeBlond. The bounce pass is kicked, but well, he didn't get that toe on it. That's another steal and probably a fast break opportunity there for Justice Frankie.
Justice Frankie, the quick 5'9" guard as he was last year. And we have Sam Shanes, kicks it over to court practice to Obermeyer, the three-point specialist at the top of the key. Knocks it down again as 3 threes on the day and also a nice mid-range shot to make it 11 points for this afternoon.
He is deadly if he gets on fire. That's already 3 trays and 11 points for Obermeyer.
As Randall Zekel at the top of the key, pass it over to Andrew Pat, and he's setting up the offense, trying to get it over Sean Gray, and he does as Obermeyer almost gets a steal, and he does. He goes down for the fast break point, and he gets the layup up, but it's easily rejected by Sean Gray as he rejects it off. As that would have been a nice move, and Trent Naylor gets the backcourt foul as he tries to get the jump ball on Court Patrick.
That was a tough miss right there. Good-looking shot from Zeke Zekel, about a step inside the arc on the right wing. It looked like it was going to go just a hair too strong, and unfortunately ends up leading to the Trent Naylor foul in the backcourt there, as Jack said there. 4:50 to go here in the first half.
Court Patrick brings the ball down the court, left-hand side, kicks it over to Obermeyer, who has 3 threes on the day, takes the right-hand dribble, screen by Hayes, over to Court Patrick in the right-hand corner. Another screen by Hayes as the big man has been getting a lot of screens early on. As Court Patrick misses a 3, a little too strong, but Jacob Madlin with the rebounds as they have a bit of confusion in the backcourt as a backcourt violation and it will be Cameron Dragons ball. If you're just joining us, it's 22-16 as LeBlond has the lead with 4 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
That over and back violation, the product of good quality in-your-face kind of defense, creates an unforced error pass over the backcourt. Now an opportunity for Cameron, down by 6 to chip away at that deficit.
Justice Frankie on the right-hand side, left-hand dribble, drives it in like he did earlier, except for this time he gets blocked, and it will be Cameron Dragons ball on the baseline as Justice Frankie will be passing it in. Scratch that. Trent Naylor will be passing it in as they run the stack play, and passes it all the way over to Justice Frankie, and he was open but did not take the shot as Andrew Pratt at the top of the key, guarded by Connor Haynes, the big man who's done very well this game. Over to Trent Naylor on the right-hand side, guarded by Court Practice. And he pulls up for the jump shot, but not quite in, as it's just off the mark by Trent Naylor.
That one rolled off the backside of the rim. That's a tough miss right there.
And down to Jacob Maudlin in the paint, over to Connor Hayes, inside, outside power forward, who can score both in the perimeter, out on the perimeter, and in the paint, as it's Sam Shanks outside. Over to Oblemeyer, the three-point specialist. Back over to Court Practice, as he puts it right into Jacob Maudlin's hands in the paint. Over to Oblemeyer, setting up the offense as he pulls up for another three, and it's in. My goodness, that's 4 threes on the day, and Cameron needs a timeout.
Yeah, somebody needs to call a timeout to try to cool that young man off. Quentin Obermeyer single-handedly getting it done. 14 points and 4 trays. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Back with more after this.
Cameron Nurse Specialty.
And welcome back, Cameron High School. Boys' fifth-place game of the Cameron Tournament. 3:28 to go first quarter. 25-16. LeBlond leads Cameron with more play-by-play. Our buddy Jack Evans.
All right, Sean Gray brings the ball up the court. Just crossed the timeline. He's going in a point guard for Trent Naylor as he has 1 foul. Andrew Pratt at the top of the key. And it gets stolen from by Connor Haynes. But it goes out of bounds on Justice Frank. Oh, and we have a mishap going on as they think that it's out on Connor Haynes. But they're still trying to decide the call as Cameron gets the call.
Yeah, it's going to go back. It's going to go back to Cameron. But Jack, I don't know if you saw that. Big Connor Haynes, that's a big young man. How fast he got to that corner against 3 guards. He was able to get there, get that ball, and nearly threw it out off the Cameron defender for a save. But unfortunately for LeBlond, goes back to the Dragons.
Yes, it was an unbelievable play by Connor Haynes. If only he could get it to him a little bit earlier, then it would have been their ball.
About a split second's all he needed.
Yes, as Sean Gray takes the ball on the right-hand side, and it's in. As we're trying to close that lead, as Sean Gray puts down another 3-point shot that he's been patient today at the 3-point line.
Of course, he missed the other night due to that technical foul. I'm sure he's itching to get hot tonight. That's a nice 3 to hopefully get him on a little streak here.
Oblemeyer over to Court Patrick in the left-hand corner, down to Connor Hayes, and backing up on Sean Gray. Great pass to Jacob Maudlin as a wide-open big man in the paint as Connor Mays can pass the ball and make the shots if he needs to.
Connor Haynes gets the ball near that left block. Ultimately, 3 defenders come to him. That leaves Maudlin all by himself over on the right side. Good look by the big fella to get it to his teammate.
Dre Vaughn, who checked in for Trent Naylor earlier in the quarter, and passes over Sean Gray for the jumper, and it's in. If he starts heating up more, then the Cameron Dragons may kick this game back into place.
9 points for Gray, 7 of them right here in the second quarter. Shanzi, left side wing.
A really deep 3 that's just off the mark as Trent Naylor saves the ball. Wait a second.
Frankie had it, tried to dive out of bounds, catch it, and turn and throw it off the defender. He got it off the defender, bounced right back into him, though, and that's just bad luck right there for the Dragons.
A halftime, 30-second timeout by Coach Barry as the Cameron Dragons will try to work things over here in this timeout.
And we'll take a 30 with them. We'll be back right after this.
Have you had at the Horizon Hearing Centers?
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Ward alongside Jack Evans. Boys' fifth-place game here at the Cameron Tournament. 27-21. LeBlond with the lead and the ball. Here's Jack.
Sam Shamsi passes it over to Court Patrick on the left side. Down to Jacob Maudlin. And it's down to Connor Haynes, who's double-teamed. And the Cameron Dragons almost get the steal as Oblemeyer passes it over to Court Patrick at the top of the key. Over to Sam Shamsi as he's looking down in the paint to Jacob Maudlin. And he goes up strong but cannot quite hit the layup as it's still 27-21 as LeBlond still has the lead. Over to Andrew Pratt at the top of the key, guarded by the big man Connor Haynes. Over to Zeke Zekel, wide open, but he passes it over to Dre Vaughn. Over to Sean Gray, who's been on fire lately. Pulls up for the floater. Not quite in as Connor Haynes gets the rebound. And over to Court Patrick on the right side. The pure point guard drives in and shoots up the layup, but not quite in. And it looks like Sean Gray was trying to take the charge, but did not quite get it, as it's a travel violation by Justice Frankie when he tried to get the steal, as LeBlond will take it down the baseline.
That's a tough exchange right there, Jack, as the missed shot, and Frankie came in behind, got the rebound. A, probably should have been a charge on Shanzi coming down the lane. B, when Frankie came down with the rebound, he got undercut and fell. That's where the travel came from. Probably should have been a foul there as well.
Yes, as Dre Vaughn gets the call there. And it's a shooting foul, as we will have Jacob Maudlin going to the line, shooting 2. And Jacob Maudlin's been having a good game trying to draw the fouls. Just he has not been getting the calls that they've been wanting. And Andrew Pratt has also been having a good game with that and one, fired the team up. Josh Thompson is still out from 2 fouls as Jacob Maudlin misses the first shot. Josh Thompson is leading teams in points and rebounds, 10.3 points per game and 8.8 rebounds. And they really need him, and it shows right now as they're down by 6. And he shoots up the second shot, and it is in, as it's 28-21 now, as LeBlond takes the lead. Sean Gray brings the ball down the court, brings it down the timeline, and guarded by Oblemeyer, as Andrew Pratt has it on the right-hand side, over to Zeke Zekel, wide open, but still does not shoot the shot. And it's stolen by Oblemeyer on the fast break with 40 seconds to go. Shoots up the layup, but not quite in, as Zeke Zekel gets the rebound. And Justice Frankie brings the ball on the court, left-hand side, passes it over to Sean Gray, who does not quite catch it. But Justice Frankie gets it and draws the foul on the layup on the right side block. Going to the line, shooting 2. If he can knock them both down, that'd be a good momentum by halftime.
Yeah, 30 seconds left in the half. 28-21, LeBlond by 7. Big opportunity here for the Dragons. Knock down a couple free throws, inch a little closer, see if you can get that down to a one-possession game before the break. The foul ended up going to Aldo Dominguez, who had checked into the ball game there.
And he misses the first shot by a rim rattler that barely misses it, as it's just short. And lining up for the second shot, the quick point guard is lining himself up, hoping to make this so it can at least go down to a 6-point game. And he misses the next one, as rebounded Jacob Maudlin. And Justice Frankie looks very frustrated, but hopefully he can get that through in halftime, as number 20, Lowing, brings the ball down the court over to the 3-point specialist, Oblemeyer. Over to Connor Hayes, the big man, with 15 seconds to go. And Oblemeyer at the top of the key. Pass it over to number 20, Lowing, as they want to get the last shot of the quarter. 5 seconds to left. And Oblemeyer shoots the fadeaway 3, but not quite in. Sean Gray gets it and chucks the final shot of the halftime and does not go, as it's 28-21, LeBlond at half.
28-21 at the break, a 7-point Golden Eagle advantage. We'll take a timeout here. We'll add up the halftime statistics. Jack and I will be back here in a couple moments. We'll have the halftime stats. We'll talk a little bit about those first 2 quarters. 28-21 at the break. It's LeBlond by 7. We're back after this.